All right, let's see if we can kind of turn it around. We beat the Witherbloom combo deck, and we just lost to Food Chain Goblins. We just don't have a lot of cards to bring in that matchup, I think. All right, yes, I would like to play first. Perfect, Yorion. Ether Vial into Spirit with a second Vial. I think this is a keep. This is good in a lot of different matchups. If they counter or kill the first Ether Vial, we have the second one as a backup. And of course, we want to draw lands if the game goes long. We could also just be dead if they're a Doomsday deck. But good news is we don't really lose any points by doing. Okay, basic island. Sure. I don't think I want to put the Ether Vial into play yet. Or the Spirit. Okay, well, I like jamming one of these into play, and I think it's Thalia, because we can ambush a Brainstorm or something with a Spirit. Yep, just like that. Blue decks, that's what we like to see. Okay, so Basic Island Brainstorm could be any blue combo deck. It could also be is it Delver lists that are running around? My guess is not, because a lot of them have just been going all non-basics, but... could be an older school version, could be a basic heavy list, could also be show and tell. All right, well, my inclination is that it is just a fair deck. I don't think it's a show and tell deck. Okay, well, I like playing Aether Vial and porting here. The land really changed the math, and I think I'm going to port the red, because this way, if they have a cantrip they're casting before they play their land, we just get to get them with the Spirit. I also don't really want them playing some... Okay, cool. So it's probably just the blue-red Ragavan Saga deck. Retrofitter, okay, just had it. Fine. Yeah, that cantrip that you were saving is now not useful. I'm assuming they had a cantrip. They have a ton of cantrips. And we'll just tick them both up. Okay, yeah, so I think we're just going to Wasteland here. If they have Stifle, that's kind of a pain, but I think we can start off with an attack. It's pretty free. We also don't have to waste. I think. So is it worth it to play the Jite? I feel like it is. Porting doesn't actually do that much, though. Yeah, I think maybe it is reasonable to play the Jite here. This isn't doing much yet, but it will be very good as the game goes along, of course. I think we're going to tick this up to 2. Leave this here. It's going to be a no. Yes, for sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's suit her up. Get in there. We can always kill the token with the Flicker Wisp. And of course they can bolt it, but if they don't, then, this happens. The reason I did that was because I felt pretty confident that they didn't have red removal, or they would have already used it. So we can go ahead and tap down their red source here. They want to use it on a Retrofitter Foundry, that's fine. And this is great because our Jite can just take down the servo, and then we get to keep going with our day. We can shut off this stop again. Okay. Yeah, so it's probably just the blue-red Ragavan Urza Saga list would be my guess, because just slamming a bunch of good blue-red cards and Urza Saga is a totally reasonable shell. Pyroblast, sure. I guess they got to get rid of Pyroblast at least. And they played their land, of course. And now we tick both up. Ooh, I have one too. That's 6. We could deal 8 here, which I don't hate. Put them to 5. Then we put Yorion into our hand. I'm down. Deal 8, get 2 more counters. I think we're just going to do this. I don't think we care about them having lands. I think we're just going to put Yorion into our hand for next turn. I just don't think there's a lot our opponent can do from this spot. Awesome. So game 2. Cage is not good, but Needle is totally reasonable in the matchup. I think that's about it. I don't think we need much else. Needle, and what are we cutting is the question. It's always the question. It's the problem when all your cards are good. I think we can just cut some land. Probably don't want to cut any land though. I don't think we want to cut any of the interaction or the wisps or the Retrofitter Foundries. Certainly not the prelate. I think we can trim a Thalia here, especially on the draw. It's not unreasonable. We could also trim a Spirit, which I'm cool with. Wonder which one we'll end up with. Looks like we got the Thalia cut. Okay. The good news is the Cauldron was already a mulligan, and then we have no lands. So easy peasy mulligan. We will keep this hand. We want all of our lands. I think we're dropping this Flicker Wisp. Opponent got to keep 7. I want to do that more. I want to keep 7. Ragavan, sure. So actually, like in this matchup, I've found that I can just let Ragavan hit me most of the time, and it's honestly fine. That being said, I do think we jam out this file. If they have days, they have days, but I'm not going to play around it. Cool. You get to hit me. Would you like to play a Thalia or a Spirit or a Stoneforge. Like, the reason I don't care, yeah, cool, do you want to cast my Thalia? And the less I've cared about Ragavan, the better I have done in this matchup. Sure, like, Urza Saga is a much better card. That's one I'm just happy to port. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way they're Thaliaing here, right? And I think I'll actually just port the colored source. No, because if they have a land and they get the treasure, yeah, that's not worth it. So we can just port the Saga this turn. I have started seeing some lists run that card, but I'm just kind of surprised by it, you know? Alright, well, at least they can't make me brainstorm. I mean, I'd be cool with that, but I don't think they want to. Wasteland? Sure. I wonder if he wastes here. Dude, he can't even cast that. Sure. Okay. Wastes here. That's fine. I would love a Thalia here. That would be amazing. It's not Thalia. Maybe. That's kind of funny. I do like doing this because it forces them to use their treasure as well. Yeah, so they don't want it that bad. They get like a needle here. That'd be pretty gross. Yeah, name Aether Vial, sure. The good news is they only got another Wasteland. You're a jerk. So it is a question of, do we Solitude here? It's a lot of Wastelands they've seen. 3. I don't think so. I think we let them hit us one more time. Yeah, Plains. And here I'm just like, all right, let me draw more lands, please. Let's go ahead and keep ticking this up. Play a Mom here. See if they have a 1 on top. I would be surprised if they didn't. Oh, Brainstorm. Sure. So they're definitely going to have a 1 on top here. Lightning Bolt. Yep. And like we can draw a Caracas. We can play out another Plains and just recruit. But we want to be able to answer the more important cards, which are like Murktide Regent, specifically Murktide Regent. Yeah, cool. And other Plains. Okay. Yeah, like that one's way more important. And there's no real reason to... I think we start with Solitude, pitching Recruiter. All right, do a Force of Will on top of your deck. If they have it in hand, that'll be rough, but... Or if they have a Brainstorm in hand, especially since they've used 2 Brainstorms. Expressive Iteration. Okay, cool. So definitely not casting this the Stoneforge. Let's play this Recruiter. Do we have a Daze? Nope. I don't know why. Okay, maybe probably just click through. And here I think we just get a Skyclave Apparition. Because at this point I want to just eat the needle so I can Aether Vial. Cool, reasonable. You know you're going to do it anyway. So we knew they drew Expressive Iteration. Probably just doing it now. Yep, reasonable. I probably do it after I hit with Monkey, but it's not unreasonable. So Volcanic, land. Okay. So another Expressive Iteration, sure. So the Volcanic was exiled this turn. Curious what else they will exile. Another land. Okay. Misty, you got it. I'll take 2. What got exiled this time? Aether Vial? Sure. I don't know if I'd play the Aether Vial if they weren't them. I probably wouldn't because they have it needled, but yeah. So Ragavan's hit me 5 times and it's generated a bunch of Lotus Petals, but it's primarily it's hit no cards that they really want to cast, right? So now to tick it up. That's not really what I want to see. And I think we actually play the Stoneforge here. Well, did they shuffle? They did not shuffle. Okay. I'm assuming they have a 3 on top. Sure. Or counterbalance. I think I might have just next leveled myself here, but it is what it is. Or it's Plowshares. All right. I mean, I would have liked to draw that one, but Murktide Regent. Yep. Well, that's kind of a problem. So we need a good card. That's a yes. Always no. And I mean, we're not technically dead, right? Let's see if this resolves. I guess they have basically 0/3s, so I should have just jammed this Skyclave. So that was definitely a misplay on my end because we would have been able to hit this needle and then we could have put the Yorion into our hand. The Lightning Bolt's gonna do. The double Wasteland was pretty good. It's because they naturally had the needle, which a good call. It's possible we're supposed to bring in Rest in Peace, but I don't think we are. It's good against Murktide, but we have a ton of answers to Murktide as is. Yeah, I think we just do nothing, and I'm happy about that. Cool. All right. Yes. Yeah, this is a key. So we have removal spell plus Thalia. If they don't deploy a threat, I'm very likely to just port them, but it's just basic island. Let's see what they do with the Ponder. Not shuffle, draw. I think because we're going to be wanting to use our mana every turn, I'm going to jam this Thalia here. If they daze, and that's a daze that's not hitting a Recruiter. Okay, Force of Will. Sure. Pitching Expressive Iteration. That feels like a 3-for-1. So they are Landlight, is what I'm seeing there. All right, waste me. Sure. I would like a land, please. Any land. I don't think we want to play the Saga yet. I think we can. So if we play the Saga, they can waste it. Yeah, I think we just play the Plains out. And then next turn, we might just play Sanctum Prelate on 1. That's pretty good, right? Cool. All right. Do you have a daze now? Okay, another Force of Will. Deal. Another Expressive Iteration. Okay. I mean, they obviously don't have red, but still, I'm totally cool with that. And it's actually kind of nice that their Saga is going to be going off before ours, because that means that they have to choose what to needle before we do anything, if they choose to go that route. All right. They clearly don't have days. I don't hate recruiting. I honestly don't hate making a dude either. Let's just recruit. I think that's fine. Let me just get a Skyclave Apparition. Yes, this is probably just blue-red Delver that cut Delver for Urza's Sagas, which I think is probably the way you go with that deck. We have 2 free removal spells in our hand. They're going to make a 1/1 that'll probably turn into a 3/3 here. I'm not super worried about it. What are you getting, opponent? And are you making another construct? I'd be surprised if they didn't make the other construct, but, you know, to each their own. They are thinking about it. Knowing about the Skyclave Apparition also complicates things for them, because whatever they get, probably just going to get eaten by Apparition. But it also depends on what I draw. Okay. Pithing Needle, but what are we naming? Can't name her as a Saga. I mean, you can. Doesn't seem great. It is awkward that they didn't float mana. Stoneforge Mystic. Well, that one I don't care about apparitioning. I will take 2 points of damage. Yeah, let's just go get an Aether Vial. Are we dressing down? Is that what's happening? And I think I'll draw lands in my 35 land deck, but I make no promises, apparently. A Braid. Sure. Good news is, like, we're in good shape. We just hit a land, and then we just start playing card that Demonic Tutors into card that Demonic Tutors into card that Demonic Tutors. And meanwhile, our opponent doesn't actually have much pressure. Like, I'm fine trading these constructs off. Null Rod, sure. Okay, well, I guess we can't. Sure. Okay. All right, there we go. I think we just start with another Recruiter of the Guard. Honestly, there are so many good cards to get here. I don't hate getting a Flicker Wisp, though, because a Flicker Wisp lets us kill their construct. And we have effectively 1, 2, 3, 4 removal spells rolled up in our hand. Throw this Yorion over here, so in 7 turns we can cast it. Because we're going to draw lands, but then we're just going to do things with our lands. Guess they know about Flicker Wisp, Skyclave, yeah. Volcanic, sure. I think it's fine to take 1 more hit here. Okay, so yeah, let's attack for 3, I guess. Nope, not that. We'll leave up the Caracas in case of Ragavan. Go ahead and kill the construct. Now we have 6 power. They're at 10. And we have 3 more removal spells in the wings. This is kind of what I'm talking about. I'm going to do commentary on some playtesting that me and a good friend of mine who does consistently well in the challenges tried, just to see, you know, is the matchup for blue-red as bad as it feels? And he was playing the version with Delver, and it felt quite terrible. Yeah, all right, well, let's attack for 3. I don't even think I care about this Null Rod. I think I'm just going to put this Yorion into my hand. And then double Demonic Tutor. Pretty good. I don't even know if that's actually that good, because we're just so far ahead. But if they have Rough Tumble here, that's fine, right? We have more recruiters. We just have 6 cards in hand to their what will be 2. Okay, so they can Wasteland here. That's fine. So they wasted me, which means I can't Yorion next turn unless I hit a land. So like they can make a treasure that won't actually be able to tap for mana because of the Null Rod. So I think I'm okay with this. Okay. Do you want to cast the Mother of Runes? I mean, you can't, but you can pretend like you can. But it looks like opponent's trying to use that treasure for mana, which is awkward because it's right next to the Null Rod. And, you know, opponent's correct to bring in Null Rod, right? It's obviously quite powerful in this matchup, but there are certainly non-bows. All right. I guess we get to get our attacks in first. Cool. Resolved. And let's go ahead and Demonic Tutor some more. And I think here we just get like 2 Flicker Wisps, and we're back up to 7 cards to their 2. We have a board. They do not. They can play this Ragavan, but yeah, the game's just over. And that's kind of how that matchup has felt a lot of the times, especially since we're on the Urza Saga build, because we can grind. Like they had to use an Abrade on an Aether Vial that we got for free off of our Urza Saga. I think the card's very good in the deck. Obviously, opinions differ, but I like having more of the lands in the deck anyway. Okay, and we will be back for game 4. Yeah, match 4. See you in the next video.